What's up, everybody? Justin here on this Monday late afternoon. If you're watching Monday Night Raw, enjoy Monday Night Raw. I'm not watching it. I'll be watching my two sports teams in action at the same damn time. Talking about the Green Bay Packers and Milwaukee Brewers. This is part 3 of my top 100 wrestlers, part 3, where I will do 79 down to 70. Here we go. Number 79, Rey Mysterio Jr. Rey Mysterio. First time I ever saw him was in WCW in 1996 when he debuted, and damn, he was good. He was so damn innovative. The guy did moves I've never seen before him. And then when I became a ECW fan later on, 99, 2000, I got to go back and see Rey Mysterio in ECW. And he was pretty damn awesome in ECW. He was doing moonsaults, doing backflips off the top rope into the crowd onto Psychosis. It was Rey Mysterio Jr. Great talent. I mean, for being in WWE, he was pretty small compared to all the other talent. But it doesn't matter. He was super over. I mean, I can't say enough good things about Rey Mysterio. I thought he's fantastic. Great talent. Sadly, he's had a lot of knee injuries. He's had 8 knee surgeries. But he just signed a new WWE deal for, I believe, 18 months. I think. So he's going to be back full time. He's actually returning tomorrow on SmackDown 1000 against Nakamura. That's a dream match, but I don't know how long they'll let them go. Probably won't even be 10 minutes. And that's sad. So Rey Mysterio, the guy's done it all. He's had a great career in Mexico, ECW, WCW, WWE. He was a part of All In. He's a part of New Japan this year. He's part of New Japan Pro Wrestling, All In. He's part of the 2018 Royal Rumble match. He's also part of the Greatest Royal Rumble. Rey Mysterio's done it all. WCW Cruiserweight Champion. I'm sure he's held titles in AAA also, but I don't know what titles those are. WCW Tag Team Champion. WCW First Ever Cruiserweight Tag Team Champion. That title is really, really short-lived because WCW went under in 2001. Went to WWE, was a Cruiserweight Champion, Intercontinental Champion, maybe US Champion, I'm not sure. SmackDown Tag Team Champion, World Heavyweight Champion for I believe 1 or 2 hours. He was WWE Champion on Monday Night Raw, and then he lost it the same night. I think he lost it to maybe John Cena or Alberto Del Rio. I don't remember. But I do know Rey Mysterio was WWE Champion. I believe it happened on an episode of Raw in, I don't know what year. Maybe 2013, 14, 12, I don't know. Number 79, Rey Mysterio. Number 78, this guy had a big career, was super over in Japan. He was part of FMW. Had a great feud in FMW with Masato Tanaka. Came to the United States. Was a part of ECW. Who am I talking about? Number 78, Mike Awesome. I thought he was awesome. Great big man. He could fly. He could do high flying. He could do dives over the top rope. I believe he's 6'8". And he could really fly for a big man. Mike Awesome, the guy was underrated. In my opinion, he was only pushed and booked the right way when he was part of ECW. At one point, he was the ECW heavyweight champion and the ECW tag champion until he decided he wanted to go to WCW, I'm sure, to make a lot more money. So they had him drop the ECW title to Taz at a live event. That was kind of weird because Taz worked for WWE, but doesn't matter now because the whole time, at least Tommy Dreamer has said this, the whole time ECW probably, I don't know, since 94, probably 95, or maybe 96, I'm not sure, but Tommy Dreamer has said the whole time Vince McMahon and WWF were funding ECW. Now, what was Vince helping ECW every month, giving them money? Probably. But he didn't fund 100% of the company. I doubt it. But him and Paul Heyman made an agreement. Probably shook hands in person or on the phone, made an agreement to work together and for ECW talent when they did everything there is to do in ECW. Well, Vince McMahon probably told Paul Heyman, give me your ECW talent with the guys that are most over. And everybody did go there. The Dudleys went there. Taz went there. And Taz should have been pushed better, by the way. I was a big fan of Taz. He should have been pushed a lot better. Rhino, Spike Dudley, Tajiri, everybody went there. That was a part of ECW. And a lot of them didn't really get pushed or treated good. Just Incredible went there. Raven went back there. 78, Mike Awesome. The wars and the matches he had with Masato Tanaka in 1998, 1999. They deserve a round of applause. Those matches were violent and so many chair shots. So many unprotected chair shots to the fucking head. Mike Awesome just bashed Masato Tanaka's brains in with the chair. He hit him with the chair, and Masato Tanaka showing he was tough. Obviously, the guy was tough. He had scars on his body. He was in Japan. He was involved in exploding ring, barbed wire matches. But I loved the toughness Masato Tanaka showed by getting back up after those chair shots. Made the crowd get hype and get on their feet. But I hope in 10, 20 years, 30 years, I hope Masato Tanaka is not like a vegetable where he has no memory left. Because he probably got a lot of damn concussions. Number 78, Mike Awesome. Again, I thought he was awesome. The guy used to do a sunset flip power bomb off the top rope. Not sunset flip. Sit out power bomb. Used to do a sit out power bomb off the top rope. That was, I've never seen that before. Mike Awesome did it. He also used to put guys in like a razor's edge off the top rope and do that. So number 78, Mike Awesome. Sadly, I believe he took his own life. Rest in peace, Mike Awesome. You are not forgotten by me. You were a hell of a talent, and you really entertained me as a wrestler. Number 77, the 1-2-3 Kid / X-Pac / 6-Pac / the Lightning Kid / the Kid. He had so many names. 77, basically the 1-2-3 Kid, X-Pac. The guy had a great career. He was part of history. the only original member of the NWO in 96. And then he jumped ship and was an original, part of the new DX in 98. So that's historic right there. He's part of NWO in 96, and then he went to WWF during the Attitude Era and was a part of DX, which DX was super over. And X-Pac was pretty damn over. And X-Pac, part of DX, he had a great theme song. At the beginning, he was like, X-Pac, X-Pac. Great theme song. Very catchy. He had a good career. Really better than a good career. He's WCW Cruiserweight Champion for a short time. Really short time, I believe. And WCW didn't treat him good, in my opinion. Yeah, he was in a good spot with his friends, part of the clique. He's with Kevin Nash, Scott Hall. So he got to work and hang with his boys. But they didn't push him enough, and they didn't utilize Six-Pac enough. They just treat him like shit, and they barely booked him. Well, they didn't treat him like shit, but they didn't book him enough. And he should have been used better by WCW. I would say definitely X-Pac 123 Kid had his best run in the WWF in the early 90s during the New Generation. Also went back, had a great run during the Attitude Era. I believe at one point, SummerSlam 2001, it was our WWF Cruiserweight title against WCW Cruiserweight title. I believe is X-Pac against Tajiri, I think. Or X-Pac against maybe Billy Kidman, I can't really remember. But X-Pac has been WWF Tag Champion with Bob Holly, Tag Champion with Kane, had a great run with Kane, had a great feud with Kane. X-Pac had a good run with his manager, Tori. Had a really good match. I'm trying to think of some of his highlights of his career. Had a really good match with Bret Hart on a July 94 episode of Raw for the WWF title. It's just X-Pac's done it all. The guy's had a great career. Never has been a world champion. Never was even an Intercontinental champion. But he was a cruiserweight and a tag champion. Number 76, the living legend, Bruno Sammartino. Sadly, we lost him in 2018. Bruno Sammartino, the living legend. All-time great, the longest reigning WWF champion of all time. Probably that record will never, ever be broken. He held the title for over 2,000 days. Had a like 7 to 9 year title reign. Bruno Sammartino was before my time. I never got to see him wrestle. I never got to see him wrestle live, but I respect what Bruno did. Number 76, Bruno Sammartino. Number 75, 6-time WWE Women's Champion Trish Stratus. Loved Trish when she debuted as a manager for Test and Albert. I think I was in love with her. I mean, she was drop dead gorgeous. And she became a damn good wrestler. She busted her ass, trained, tried to get better by training. And she did become better. She won the women's title. Survivor Series 2001. Trish Stratus, if you think about it, she actually retired in her prime. She was still in her prime and she retired. Good for her. She didn't have to retire because of any injuries. She, I'm sure, wanted to have children, and she has had children. And I'm happy to see her back. and be part of Evolution. Number 75, Trish Stratus. Number 74. I'm going to admit it. I'm not ashamed. I was a big fan of this guy when he was WWF champion, when he was a babyface. And I was a big fan of him as part of the NWO. Number 74, Big Sexy Kevin Nash. Or you could call him Big Daddy Cool. Kevin Nash had a really good run, I thought, as WWF champion. Had good matches with Undertaker, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels. Had a good match with Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, I thought, at SummerSlam 94 for the Intercontinental title. Kevin Nash, I believe, is one of the first guys in WWF to hold the Intercontinental title at the same time as, or maybe I'm wrong about that. I'm not sure he was still Intercontinental champion when he won the WWF title in like 9 seconds from Bob Backlund at a Madison Square Garden house show. By the way, they need to put more house shows on the WWE network. More old house shows from the 90s and 80s. I think maybe I was thinking of Kevin Diesel as Intercontinental champion taking on the WWF champion. So it was champion versus champion, I think, is what I'm thinking of at King of the Ring 94. But Kevin Nash had a great career. Was pretty really long reigning. I believe he had 11 months or 12 months almost. 12-month reign almost as WWF champ. Lost it to Bret Hart, Survivor Series 95. They had a really good match. Kevin Nash, he had some of his best matches with Bret Hart. And of course, part of the original NWO, Kevin Nash. Had a really good run in WCW. A lot of wrestling fans that are haters of Kevin Nash, and I guess don't like him or don't respect him, they think he did not work hard and he was lazy. In WCW, I disagree. He wasn't as good as he was when he was Diesel, but I don't think he was lazy. I respect Kevin Nash and what he's done for the wrestling business. The NWO set the wrestling business on fire. If it wasn't for the NWO, we probably wouldn't have that. We went to have the Attitude Era and went to have WWF and Vince fighting for their lives against real competition. 74, Kevin Nash. Also, I believe he's a 6-time WCW World Champion, WCW Tag Champion, WWF Tag Champion, Intercontinental Champion. He's held a lot of damn titles. He was in TNA for a long time. I believe he's the Legends Champion or TV Champion at one point. Also was a TNA Tag Team Champion for a short time. 73. 73's Hulk Hogan. 73 is Hulk Hogan. That is not true that he couldn't wrestle. And he didn't have to wrestle when he was in WWF in the 80s and 90s, and when he's in WCW, he didn't have to wrestle much because that was his character. Especially when he was babyface in the red and yellow, he didn't have to do that much. All he had to do was hawk up, big boot, leg drop, and pose. That's all he had to do. So, big deal. He didn't have to do much, and he was still the most over guy in the company. And look at and try to watch some of Hulk Hogan's matches from New Japan in the early 80s, and watch him in the AWA. he could work and he could wrestle. He's not an idiot. He could wrestle and he got psychology and he could tell stories. 73, Hulk Hogan. This is top 100 wrestlers. Hogan was not the best wrestler. He might have been the most over, but not the best. 73, Hulk Hogan. 72, Bully Ray. Bully Ray. Damn good. Especially in TNA Impact Wrestling as a heel. 72, Bully Ray. The guy could talk people into arenas with his promos. Could piss you off. Could get fans to want to pay to see him get his ass kicked. Number 72, Bully Ray. Number 71, great tag team. The first ever 3-time WWF Tag Team Champions. Also one of the longest reigning Tag Team Champions before the New Day broke their record. Number 71, one of my favorite tag teams. If I did a favorite tag teams countdown again, they would be on there. Number 71, Demolition. Some fans that were Road Warrior, NWA fans would say Demolition was an obvious ripoff. I disagree because all 4 guys were different. And they all had different styles. Demolition was hard hitting. They used power moves and a lot of clotheslines, a lot of double axe handles, smashing their opponents down. But they were 4 different workers, 4 different wrestlers. Road Warriors, they just beat the shit out of people and press slammed and power slammed. They didn't do much wrestling. Demolition, I thought, were the better workers. And Demolition was super over. I don't blame WWF and Vince for wanting a Road Warriors type looking tag team. They had a great look. Demolition had great gear. They had awesome face paint. They had Mr. Fuji with them. And well, the Road Warriors had Paul Ellering. Mr. Fuji, Paul Ellering, a lot different. And Axe and Smash, a lot different than Hawk and Animal. Even though they did look similar. And they dropped the ball big time in late 1990 in the summer when the Road Warriors came to WWF and they didn't have them feud with Demolition on pay-per-views and they didn't have them have matches. That was a mistake. They should have a match at WrestleMania 7. Demolition, Road Warriors, Legion of Doom, but it didn't happen for some reason. They only worked on they had matches against each other on Coliseum home videos, releases. That's it. I believe one of them's on the network. I think it's WrestleFest 91, where Demolition took on the Road Warriors. And it wasn't even the best version of Demolition against the Road Warriors. It was Crush and Smash. I'm sorry, but I liked Axe a lot better than Crush, always. And Axe was a better worker. Before he was Axe, he was actually the masked superstar. 71, Demolition. And now the final wrestler, number 70 of this part 3, top 100 wrestlers, number 70, Canyon. Also is Mortis. Chris Canyon. Sadly, he took his own life. Very tragic. He did, before he passed away, he got to announce to the world. I'm glad he didn't keep it inside before he passed away. I'm glad he did not keep it inside. He announced he's openly gay. Not that I care. It won't affect me at all. Not today, not ever. If you want to be openly gay, lesbian wrestler, I will support you 100%. And if you don't, and you're a fan, You're stupid and you're wrong because that they were born that way. You stupid idiots. Number 70, Canyon. Again, sadly, he took his own life, but he was a great wrestler, great talent. He could talk, he could work. He was a WCW tag champion, WCW US champion in the WWF in 2001. I think he was also I think he was the, might have been WWF tag champion with DDP. I really don't remember. But Canyon was never pushed when he was underutilized and misused when he was in WWF. He had a really good run in WCW. I loved the Mortis character. I thought it was great. And he looked great. He had an awesome mask, awesome gear. And it was awesome when he took the mask off and he was attacking Raven. That was good shit. Number 70, Canyon. Hope you enjoyed my top 100 wrestlers, part 3. Bye for now, everybody. Enjoy Monday Night Raw.